or operation, R&D, management information system operation. So internal audit also, it provides more opportunity for participants to understand how their jobs, department, division fit into the whole firm, right? So from this definition, we can classify internal audit. It may focus more on organization, firms, and business itself, right? How they are going to process, all right, and provides more on opportunities, right, and how they are going to understand more on job departments and divisions, whether it can fit with the whole of the firms or organization. So internal audit ni, what we can say that it require the activities of gathering, assimilating, and prioritizing information, right? So the first thing, they need to gather all the information, right? So meaning to say that the organization need to make research analysis, right? In order them to gather all the informations, all right? And after they get all the information, then the managers can assimilating and they can prioritizing which information that are most important and less important. So all of this, it can consider all the activities that involve in the organization, which includes in terms of management, marketing, finance, accounting, production or operation, R&D, management, information system operation. Okay, so when we talk about internal audit, so it more on the what we can say that the nature of internal audit, it may highlight the nature of internal strategic management. For example, like the strategies, okay, objective of organization based on it, the internal, in other than that, the internal strength and weaknesses, right? In terms of how they are assessed and clear in terms of statement or missions, right? That can establish in the organization. All right. Other than that, it also can, it may refer the difference between kinds of organization, departments, divisions, right? Because what we can say that every single of divisions and also departments are require a different types of internal strategic, internal audit, right? So all of this, it can shape, all right, the organization in terms of strength, right, weaknesses, right, that cannot be easily imitated, all right, match with the competitors. All right. Okay. So when we talk about internal audit, right, internal audit, what we can say that internal audit ni actually, for example, in hospital, the functional area in hospital, the functional area that may include in terms of nursing, cardiology, physical, physician support, right? Another example like university that contain in terms of internal audit, for example, like athletic programs, fundraising, counseling, housing service, academic research. So all of this, it may include in the internal audit, right? Okay. So next one, we will discuss about the resource-based view approach, okay, known as RBV. Okay, RBV. Okay. So RBV, what is RBV? RBV ni actually is the model that's seen in terms of resource as a key to superior firm's performance. So it also as an approach to achieve the competitive advantage. Okay, so RBV, it may contains that internal sources are more important for a firm than external factors in achieving and sustaining competitive advantage. So meaning that internal resources are more important compared to internal factors. So internal resources ni, what we can say that in terms of raw materials, manpower, financial, alright? While for external factors, alright, for example, like political, economic, legal, technological, environmental, right? So internal resources, it our main focus when we talk about resource-based view, RBV approach, right? So what we can say that dalam the resource-based view, RBV, is more on proponent of the RBV content that organizational performance will primarily be determined by internal resources that can be grouped into three all encompasses categories. For example, like physical resources, human resources, and organizational resources. All right. So the RBV, right? RBV, for a resource to be valuable, it must be either rare, hard to imitate, or not easily substitutable, right? So this will be the firm or organization or the business strengths, okay? And also what we can say that it's really special that the competitors cannot imitate easily, right? So for the resources to be valuable, it must be rare, hard to imitate, and not easily substitutable. So the three characteristics of the resources are called empirical indicators. So these enable a firm to implement strategies that improve its efficiency and effectiveness and lead to the sustainable competitive advantage, right? So when we talk about RBV, okay, RBV, I think RBV model resources are given a major role in helping companies to achieve higher organizational performance. So basically, when we talk about RBV, there are two types of resources. Okay, when we talk about resources, there are two types: tangible and also intangible. Tangible is something that we can see, okay, we can touch. All right, more on physical things. For example, like land, building, machinery, equipment, okay, capital. So physical resources can be easily be bought in the market, so that confer like little advantage to the companies in the long run, because rival can soon acquire the identical asset. Okay, so it's something that we can see, we can touch, right? While for the intangible means that no physical presence, okay, but can still be owned by the organization or the company. So intangibly means that more on, for example, more on brand reputation, trademarks, okay, intellectual property. We can classify as an intangible asset of the company. So unlikely like physical resources, brand reputation is built over a long period of time. And it's something that can offer the company cannot buy from the market. Okay, because brand reputation it's something that we need to develop in the early of the stage. Okay, so that our existing customer, our potential customer can exactly know in terms of our trademarks, right? Our name, the company names, what types of product that we had produced in the marketplace. So all of this is based on the brand reputation. Okay, and then about intangible resources usually stay with the company, and it will be our main sources of the sustainable competitive advantage. All right. Okay, so when we talk about the resource-based view, RBV, okay, RBV, in the example just now, more on what we consider more on brand reputation. Okay, for example, the company of Apple and Samsung, all right? So it is a good example of the two companies that operate in the same industry, okay? Telecommunication industry, right? So because these two companies expose the same external forces that can achieve different organizational performance due to the different resources. Okay, same external forces that can achieve different organizational performance due to the difference in resources. For example, Apple. Apple compete with Samsung in tablet and smartphones market, where Apple sells its products at much higher prices, as a result, higher profit, right, in the market. So why Samsung does not follow the same strategy as the Apple? Simply because Samsung does not have the same brand reputation, okay, or it capable to design user-friendly product like Apple does not, more on heritageous resources. Okay, so meaning to say that Apple will produce, will implement a different kind of approaches and also strategies compared to the Samsung. So it will based on the strategies about brand reputation, trademark, okay, with the two different companies that we discussed is now Apple and also Samsung. All right. So next one we discuss about integrating strategy and also culture. Organizational culture actually significantly affects planning activities. So if strategy can capitalize on cultural strength, such as strong work ethic or highly ethic belief, then the management often can swiftly and easily implement changes. All right, so when we talk about organizational culture, it's actually may significantly affect about the planning activities in the organization. Not only considered in the small, medium, and also large organization. Because organization culture, it may shows about how the workers, how the employees and also employers work, right, in one organization, how they are going to plan, allocate, all right, and also more on implementing, more on formulating the strategies in the organization. Okay, so organization culture is more on the pattern of behavior that has been developed by organization as it learns to cope with its problem of external adaptations and internal integrating that has worked well enough to be considered valid and to be taught to new members as the correct ways to perceive, think, and also feel. So pattern of behavior that have been developed by the organization. So meaning to say that pattern of working in the organization, right? Patterns of giving the directions, guidance, patterns of monitoring, all right? More on how they're going to learn and cope, lah, right? From employers and employees in the organization, and at the same time, they also can know exactly what are their strengths and weaknesses and what are the best things they can adapt, right? In the process, right? In the activities that involve in the organization. All right. So when we talk about organizational culture, also we can actually take the example of self-evaluation, self-esteem, and also self-efficacy. Because all of this actually is how we perceiving ourselves and others in the organization. It's really important. Sometimes when we talk about it, employees in organization also need to put themselves in the shoes of employees, know exactly what is going on. All right, in terms of in terms of their self, I mean, the problems. Okay, what are their challenges? All right, and what are the weaknesses that can hinder the employees, all right, to achieve their target, right? In terms of their more on their self, more on their self achievement lah, right? In the organization. Okay. So from there, okay, in terms of self-esteem, right? Self-esteem, the levels of self-esteem. Self-esteem is something that when we think positive, inshallah the result will be positive, right? So if you think you are a good student, inshallah, you will become a good student and you will achieve, okay, the best result for the whole of the study, right? Every semesters. So inshallah you will be listed as a dean in the dean list, and you also can become an ANC student. Right? So all of this actually is the internal adaptation and as well as the external adaptation, right? From the environmental, right? So all of this, what we can say that is the patterns of the behavior that have been developed in the organization and how it learns to cope, whether in the external adaptation and also internal adaptation. Okay, so this one is about the cultural products, right? So I think this one you can read and search for the information about the cultural products. And also in terms of the aspect of the organizational culture. So there are about 15 example aspect in the organizational culture. For example, like more on the soft skill, right? For example, like soft ethic, work ethic. All right. High ethical belief, right? In terms of formal dress, informal dress, socialize together, do not question superior decision, encourage whistleblowing, be healthy conscious, allow substantial, mean working from home, encourage creativity, innovative, open-minded, support women minorities, be highly socially responsible, have numerous meeting, have the participative management style, and preserve the natural environment, right? So of all of these actually are the example of the aspect of the organizational culture. Okay, so I think we can proceed with the first internal audit, right? The first one is about management. So what is management? So management is a process, okay, is a function of management that consists of the 5 basic activities. All right. So management, what we can say that in the simple definition, getting art through people, right? Getting arts through people. So meaning to say that is the process of coordinating, and it may involve the process of administrating um, and also coordinating all the activities in the organization with the help of the workers in the organization. Right? So it consists of 4 functions of management. Okay, the first one about planning, organizing, motivating, staffing, and also controlling. All right. So what is planning? So planning, all right? Planning is how the organization setting goal and how they are going to defining the action. Okay, so that's the simple activities when we talk about planning. We set goal and how we are going to defining the activities. So it may involve the activities of forecasting, establishing objective, devising strategies, and developing policies. All right, and then about organizing. Organizing actually is a process how we uh, dividing all the tasks in the organization. Who I mean more on who refer to whom, all right? And then normally based on the task itself, lah, right? Dividing the task to the person who are going to responsible, right? To carry out all the tasks in the organization. So when we talk about organizing, it may refer to the organizational design, job specialization, job description, span of control, coordinations, job design, and also job analysis. All right. For example, if let's say dalam organizing, more on job, what we can say that job design. Okay, job design. So job design is really important because it can design something that can reduce the boredom among the workers in the organization. For example, like job rotation. Okay, job rotation is one of the activities under job design. Because when we talk about job rotation, it's the activities that workers can have the rotation, okay, that can move from one department to the other departments. Okay, so I mean to say that the workers can carry out a different types of working activities from the different departments, right? For example, like bank in the bank sector. So as a banker, the workers can perform their tasks and responsibility from many departments, from the loan processing department, okay, go to the customer service department, then housing loan. So many you say that they may involve many different types of departments in one time. All right. Other than that, the other example in terms of job, what we can say that job enlargement, all right, job enlargement and also job enrichment. It's also a part of the job design, right? So job enlargement meaning to say that it may involve the additional activities, all right, from the apa ni, from the main job scope lah, from the main job scope. All right, for example, like like cashier, not only just know how to calculate, all right, the money in and out, right, but they also need to know exactly the whole of the prices, okay, in which departments these product and services are belong, right? Other than that, they also need to consider in terms of they need to take care, they also need to responsible, all right, all the product and services, right, in and out. Other than that, the other example in terms of apa, what we can say that the example of banyaklah example in terms of job enlargement. If let's say macam lecturer for example, okay, lecturer is the main job scope as the lecturer is about teaching, okay, it's more on teaching, and it's at the same time lecturer also needs to learn from time to time. All right, so that one actually is the main job scope as the lecturer. All right, so the other additional job scope as a lecturer also, they also need, all right, to take part, all right, in the research and development, right, in terms of published papers, in terms of articles, journals in one semester, right, in terms of 5 numbers of articles and journals in one semester. Other than that, the lecturers also need to take part, right, in terms of publication, right, not only they need to publish, okay, in publishing means that publication lah, right. Other than that, also need to take part in terms of they need to attend the conferences, right, publish paper, present the papers, right, in the conferences. Other than that, they also need to take part in the students' activities, okay. Um, they also need to make the collaboration with the other departments, with the other faculty, right? And get involved in many activities in terms of IID, invention, innovation, design, and many other activities. All right. At the same time, also we need to also have the MOU, right, with the other university, not only in the local but also in the international university. So these actually are the example when we talk about job enlargement. All right. So the third point here is about motivating. Motivating, all right, in terms of when we talk about motivating, it actually is a process how the leader or managers give the guidance and also direction, right, to all the employees in the organization. So it may consist the process of leaderships, communication, work group, behavioral modification, delegation authority, job enrichment, job satisfaction, needs fulfillment, organizational change, employee moral, and managerial moral. So motivating is not only just you give the direction and also guidance, but also you need to know exactly, all right, the employees' opportunities and traits, right? What are the best, opportunity that the employees need to grab, and what are the factors that may hinder the organization, especially what are the traits that can hinder them in order them to, to cope, okay, with all the possible external traits, okay, that they can overcome all the negative, negative factors that may hinder the organization, and also as well as the employees to achieve the aims and target at the end of the at the end of the period of time. Okay. So when we talk about motivating, okay, in the organization as the employer, right? As an employee, we can say that in terms of head of department, coordinator, they need to, let's say, they need to guide and motivate, okay, their employees. The workers under them, right? So if let's say if they find, right, some problems that occur, right, during the process of, working lah, right, so they are responsible to ask, okay, what are the problems that arise and what are the possible solutions that they can guide them, that can guide the workers, right, to to be in a, I mean, in a good direction, all right, and on the track also. So normally every semester, all the workers can be evaluated based on performance appraisal, right? So every semester, all the employees in organization, right, in many departments, need to achieve at least 80%, right? 80% of performance appraisal lah, right? So if let's say if the employees cannot achieve 80% and above, something went wrong lah, right? So as the head of department, as the coordinator, they need to figure out, okay, they need to find out what are the possible problems that can hinder numbers of the employees, that can hinder them to achieve their own target and their own targets, and also targets in the organization. So they need to use the process of communication, right? Monitoring, guiding, right? And as well as more on counseling, right? To know exactly what types of possible problems and possible solution that they can guide, all right? Certain certain workers, okay, that cannot accomplish, all right, the target and aims, especially in the organization. So other than that, in terms of job satisfaction, okay, job satisfaction is really important, because that job satisfaction is the process of how we, in terms of how we feeling, okay, how we feel towards the organization. So if we feel very, if you are enjoy working, you like very much, you feel very enjoy working, so it can consist, we can category as a job satisfaction, right? Because you are very satisfied with all the processes, with the leaders, with the organization culture, the patterns of working, right, with your entire friends, right, with the group of working, so you're really satisfied, you will achieve, for example, like you may achieve the highly satisfied lah, right, on the process of working in the organization. All right, and then about staffing, it will based on wage, salary, administration, employee benefits, interviewing, hiring, firing, training, management development, employee safety, equal employment opportunities, union relations. Okay, so staffing, it's more on how the organization take care, right? In terms of meaning to say that more on menjaga kebajikan lah setiap pekerja di dalam organisasi. So in terms of, they can offer a good compensations in terms of basic salary, and also add any additional benefits. For example, like allowance, incentive, all right, bonus. Okay, so it's really important, right, to take care all the importance in terms of wage, salary, employee benefits, training and development opportunity, and at last about union relation. All right. In terms of controlling is the process how the organization are going to monitoring, okay, monitoring all the processes, and if the organization have any derivative, they try to take the corrective action. So I mean to say that controlling is one of the important process. So without controlling, we cannot know whether we are on track or not. whether all the processes in the organization can meet with the requirement or not. So all of this is based on the process of controlling. Okay. So the first thing when we talk about controlling, the organization needs to set the standard performance first, and then for the second one, they need to um, measuring actual performance. So if apa ni, another step, if the process of measuring, because they want to differentiate lah between actual performance and also a standard performance. All right. So if let's say if there is any if the organization cannot meet with the standard performance, the actual performance cannot meet with the standard performance, so something get wrong lah, right? So they try to figure out and find out what are the possible problem and possible solution, right, to overcome all the negative implication or effects to the organization. All right. So this is about the management audit checklist of the questions. Basically, it based on the firm's strategic management concept. Does the firm use strategic management concept? Are the company objective and goal measurable and well communicated? Number 3, do managers at all hierarchy levels plan effectively? Do managers delegate authority well? Is the organization structure appropriate? Right. Number 6, are job description and job specification clear? All right. Job description is actually different with the job specification. Okay, job description is something that more on more on descriptions of the job itself lah. Okay, job specification. What are the best? What are the best? Kata apa? Kehendak dalam pekerjaan lah, alright? Keperluan dan juga kehendak in terms of some of the potential workers, right, need to fulfill need to master, right, or expert in management area, right? Another example, there must be the potential customer, they must be apa ni or you can say that expert, okay, expert, right, in the field of finance and also accounting, for example. So all of this is based on job specification. So is the employee morale high? Are the employees turnover and absenteeism low? Are the organizational reward and control mechanism effective? Okay, all right. So these are the question ataupun checklist of the management audit question. Okay, so I think we take a break about 3 minutes, and after this we'll discuss about marketing. All right. So we take about 3 minutes. Okay, thank you.
Okay, madam.
Okay. Okay, class, we continue our discussion. Okay, so we continue our discussion in the second main point, right, about marketing. So, what is marketing? I'm sure that all of you know what is marketing, right? So, marketing, it's actually the process. Is the process of of defining, anticipating, creating, and fulfilling customer needs and want for products and services, right? So when we talk about marketing, marketing actually is the process, okay, that consists of marketer, consumer, customers in the marketplace. As we know that needs and demand of potential customers in the marketplace, it's really it's too big. Okay, it's really hard for the marketer to fulfill all the needs and want of the customers, right? Okay, so marketing, what we can say that it's about the organizational function and a set of processes for creating, communicating, delivering value to the customers, for managing customer relationship in the ways that can benefit the customers in the for the benefits the organization and its stakeholders, right? So when we talk about marketing, marketing also we can say that actually is the art and science of choosing the target market and getting and keeping and at the same time growing customer, okay, through creating, delivering, communicating, right, the beneficial values, right, for especially for the customers. All right, so these are the functions of the marketing: customer analysis, selling products and services, product and service planning, pricing, distribution, marketing research, cost benefits, and also analysis. All right. So so I think when we talk about functions of marketing, okay, we can automatically classify what are the functions of marketing, right? So when we talk about marketing, we can relate automatically the 4 P's. Again, 4 P's in the marketing. 4 P's ni actually it may classified, right? We can category as a marketing mix. Okay. So the first P is about product, place, promotion, and price. So when we talk about product, okay, product, it's something that it can consist in terms of variety of product, in terms of the quality of the product, design, features, packaging, size, service, warranty, right? And also return. While for the place, right, as we can see that place, it may refer to the in terms of channel, right? In terms of place ni more on yalah the other P lah, right? Place is more on channel, coverage, location, inventory, transport. While for the third P is promotion, it based on the example of the promotion in terms of sales promotion, advertising, sales force, public relation, and also direct marketing. While for the last P, known as pricing or price, so we can refer to the concept of discount, allowance, okay, payment periods, credit terms. So all of these we can classify in the group of pricing. All right. So for example, if let's say we just discuss right in general the example of the marketing mix. For example, if let's say Apple, okay, for the product of the Apple, let's say full warranty along optional 3 years Apple warranty. So in terms of their special edition version, right, and also adding with the other additional features in terms of large disk large disk storage, okay, lower weight, thinner device, long battery life, okay, 4G wireless, okay, GPS and many other things like in terms of improve in terms of the camera itself. So in terms of price, okay, generally the price of the Apple products ensure to be a market dominant. They may produce in the highest price, right? To shows in terms of their potentials of their products, right? And then for the place, all the Apple stores, okay, we can actually the potential customer can get through online showrooms, okay, more on the in terms of the place lah. While for the promotion, it actually differentiate the iPhone against others products in terms of the promotion lah, right? In terms of the things that we had discussed just now, right? In terms of sales promotion, okay, advertising, direct marketing, and many other things. So all of this actually is the functions of the marketing. Okay. So when we talk about in the context of the marketing, okay, it based on the customer analysis. So in our discussion just now, all right, we had discussed about the customer. To fulfill the needs and wants of the customer is really hard because there are too many customer. There are too many potential customer in the marketplace. So normally, the best solution for the marketer is to segment the market so that they can exactly know and focus what types of the needs and customer in one group of the potential customer lah, right? So that's why the customer analysis is really important in terms of the examination and evaluations of the consumer needs, desire and wants. They may involve administering customer surveys, analyze the customer information, evaluating about market positioning strategy, developing about the customer profile, and determining optimal market segmentation strategies. Okay, all right. So the first thing I think the best thing that when we talk about customer analysis, the marketer need to segment the market. Okay, segment the huge or large market into a small market, known as market segmentation. After they segment the marketer need to target the market, known as market targeting. All right, target the market accordingly to the group of the potential customer. Okay, for example, like group the potential customer into of age. Okay, into group potential customer in the income segment, in the lifestyle, right? In the race, for example, in the group of race. So this is exactly the market target segment and target. Market targeting ni means to say that after the marketer segment the market group into a small group, and then they need to target, right? Target whether, let's say in the group of age, okay, in the group of age we can see that group of age ni there are many groups. For example, like group of children, okay, young adult, senior citizen, okay, which group that they are going to target that can give them that can create beneficial for the company, for the business, and of course create beneficial and values to their potential customer. And then at the same time also the marketer also need to consider in terms of potential customer target market accordingly to the age that can give them high sales and that can maximize profit to the organization, right? So if let's say if they think that young adult, okay, that can give, that can create, that can boost up their levels of sales and maximize their profit, then they will only focus for young adult and adult, for example, right? So that's why customer analysis is really important. Okay, and then selling it may include in terms of marketing activities such as advertising, sales promotion, publicity, personal selling, sales force management, customer relationship, and dealer relations. Right? So all about the selling process lah, right? Selling process means that you, the marketer may involve all the activities, right? In order them to sell their product and services in the marketplace. So at the same time, the activities of advertising, it may, of course, it may include in the process of selling. So without advertising, the selling process cannot be done properly. Alright? Because when we talk about advertising, the potential customer can directly know what types of customer that this marketer produce, right? And at the same time they can educate, all right, they can educate the potential customer, they can apa, give the information, all right, give the best information to the potential customer about the features of the product, right, and many other beneficial value that the potential marketer can produce to the potential customers. So all of this is may include in the selling process, right? In terms of sales promotion, publicity, personal selling, sales force management, customer relationship, and dealer relationship, right? So when we talk about selling, it's not only just stick with the parties of marketer and also customer, but also it may include, all right, the other participations of the dealer, right, of the wholesaler, and also as a retailer, right? Product and service planning, right? So actually we had discussed further about product and service planning. It may include activities such as test marketing, product and brand positioning, devising warranty, packaging, determining product options, features, planning, quality, deleting old product, and providing for customer service. And also, it's really important when the customer is pursuing product development or diversification, right? So all of this is based on the strategies of the product and service planning, lah, right? So about pricing, we had discussed about pricing and as well as distribution. Okay, so distribution, it may include the direct channel, indirect channel. So direct channel from the marketer ataupun producer direct to the customer. Okay, indirect from the marketer, it will be the middle person. For example, like wholesaler, retailer, and then the last one, customer. Okay, so direct and indirect marketing channel. So dia akan adalah, there are a lot of example in terms of when we talk about distribution. Apa? For example, like apa ya? Kalau in terms of the adalah in terms of the market, in terms of the target market. Okay, distribution in terms of undifferentiated strategy, concentrated strategy, multi-segment strategy, right? So as well as distribution juga lah, right? So that one I think we had discussed macam the surface lah, right? Surface of discussion. Alright. Okay, so back to our discussion distribution just now, dia akan ada intensive distribution, selective distribution, and also exclusive distribution. Kalau for example intensive distribution, the product are stocked in majority of outlets. Intensive. So intensive ni means that the product available in every outlet. Intensive. Kalau macam selective, they will select lah, the marketer will select which outlet, okay, that the marketer need to market the product, that they want to sell the product. So mean to say that they will screen dealer, all right, and eliminate all but a few in any single area. Okay, only a few intermediaries to carry out the products. While for the exclusive distribution, exclusive distribution means that the form of distribution that establish one or few dealer within a given area. For example, producers select only very few intermediaries, very few, exclusive. Okay, when we talk about exclusive, they will select only a very few intermediaries because it's too exclusive, right? So as well as the marketing research, the things that we had discussed just now about the systematic gathering, recording, analyzing of the data about the problem that relating to the marketing of goods and services, so it can uncover critical strength and weaknesses, right? About cost and benefits analysis, how to determine cost and benefits analysis. There are 3 steps are required. First, compute the total cost associated with the decision. Number 2, estimate the total benefits from the decision. And number 3, compare the total cost with the total benefits. So this one is the marketing audit checklist of the question. Are the market segmented effectively? Is the organizational position well among competitors? Has the firm's market share been increasing? Are present channel or distribution reliable and cost effective? Does the firm have an effective sales organization? Does the firm conduct market research? Are the product quality and customer service good? Are the firm's products and services prices appropriately? Does the firm have the effective promotion, advertising, publicity strategy? Are the marketing, planning, budgeting effective? Do the firm's marketing managers have adequate experience and training? Is the firm internet precise, excellent, and compared to the rivals? So these are the checklists. So you, if you were the marketer, if you were the managers, all right, you can use this marketing audit checklist, all right, to guide you, all right, one by one, to audit all the possible areas, okay, that can um, that can achieve and accomplish your target as the marketer. Okay, so next one is about finance accounting function. So for this one, I want all of you to read about the finance, accounting, production, research, development, and management information system. MIS. Okay, and so we look at um, value chain analysis, benchmarking, value chain analysis. Okay, value chain analysis, it's based on, it may refer to the process whereby a firm determines the cost associated with the organizational activities from purchasing raw materials to manufacturing products to marketing those products. So the aims is to identify where a low cost advantages or disadvantages exists anywhere along the value chain from the raw materials to the customer service activities. Okay, so value chain analysis, basically it based on the activities in the organization, starting from purchase the raw materials, right, and then until manufacturing product and marketing to the product. All right, so I think this one also you can read, and inshallah we will discuss further in our next class about benchmarking. Benchmarking actually is a good process, but we can say that it's about the analytical tool used to determine whether a firm value and chain activity are competitive compared to rivals and thus conducive to winning the marketplace. So it entails measuring cost of value chain activity across an industry to determine best practices. So benchmarking ni actually you need to compare your firms or your organization with the other organization. All right, maybe you can compare between two or three companies in one time, because you can know exactly in terms of their operation, what are the activities that they involve, what are the findings and results, so that we can take the example, right, based on our comparison, so that we can determine and implement the best practices as well as in our company. So that's about the benchmarking lah, benchmarking. So the specific example, I think you can search for the information. All right. Next one is about the internal factor evaluation. Internal factor evaluation known as IFE metric. All right. The thing that we had discussed in our previous class, EFE, external factor evaluation, actually it's similar, okay, with the IFE. So IFE ni more on how we determine and how we get to know what are the strengths and weaknesses of the organization itself. Okay, what are the strengths and what are the weaknesses? Okay, strength, moral employee is excellent. The installed promotion is resulting increase. Newspaper advertising expenditure increase. Right? So, okay, so we need to identify exactly what are the strengths and what are the possible weaknesses each of the organization or business. So from here you can see which rating, weighted score. Okay, so which name means that you need to assign a weight, kan? You need to weight lah. Whether let's say employee moral is excellent, you will give 0.10. Okay, for example. So your key factors, it should be assigned which ranging 0.0 low importance to 1.0 high importance. So you can give any which that you think suitable with the strength that you find out, and then you need to give the rating. So rating it can be 3, 4, 1 until 5 ataupun 1 until 4. right? So you need to give the rate accordingly to the strength that you find out. And then for the weightage score, you need to 0.05, you need to multiply with the rating. Then you will get the weightage score. Alright? So same goes well as the other strengths, the other specific strengths and also weaknesses. Alright? So this one I think we had discussed further, but I think kalau for example lah, right? In terms of rating ni it can be ranged from 4 to 1. So meaning that 4 to is a major strength, 3 is a minor strength, 2 is a minor weakness, 1 is major weakness. So you need to put in your mind that number 4 is a major strength for rating. Major strength. Number 3 is for minor strength. Minor strength. Right? And then number two, minor weaknesses. Minor weaknesses. And number 1 is about major weaknesses. Alright? So which darab dengan 3 akan dapat weightage score. Alright? So semua akan jumlahnya kiranya bukan proses tu, kiranya macam tu lah. Setiap satu specific strength and weaknesses. Alright, so this one I think you can search the information, make the analysis and research before you can come out with the best potential strength and what are the best possible weaknesses. Alright, so I think that's all for today. So if let's say if you have any question, you can ask right now. So if you have any question after this, you can ask anytime lah, right? So if you have any question?
No, madam.
Okay, thank you for your response. I want to highlight here, don't forget to sign in your attendance. I mean, take your attendance dalam your future. Good, because it's really important. Okay. So right now ada 26 lah. Kayaknya 26 orang saja. Attendance saya rasa ada 32 orang lah, melibatkan 2 kelas, combinations of 2 classes. So make sure that you take the attendance, alright? Okay. So for assessment, alright, you need to submit your assignment, your first assignment on 29th of April. Okay, your submissions of assignment will be through Google Classroom. Okay, I will create the folder first, then you can submit. Right? Make sure that you use UITM, I mean the official email lah, UITM email, so that I can recognize your name one by one. Alright, and please submit it through Google Classroom in the folder that I will create later. Alright, so I think that's all for today. Thank you very much for joining the class. So I'm so sorry. Okay, kalau ada kekurangan lah dari segi mungkin suara tak begitu jelas. Alright, so insyaAllah we will meet again. Alright, in our next class, insyaAllah. Selamat berpuasa dan have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Welcome.